Have you ever been so busy or maybe not so busy in this business that you forget to be grateful? Let's talk about it. Hey everybody, it's Rosemary Lewis, your educator agent with eXp Realty. And today I am going to talk about gratitude in your real estate business. So first of all, y'all, at the time that I'm recording this video, we are just days away from Thanksgiving 2022. And I thought that it would be appropriate just to give y'all just some real life feedback, experience about just the times where I have forgotten to show gratitude in my business and how I'm just moving differently. So like many of you, I run a real estate business that there has been a lot of ebb and flow, and especially in the last few years. It has definitely been a dynamic market, and I am so grateful for, a lot of times we are grateful for the big things, like we're grateful for the closings, and we're grateful, when we hand keys to our clients, and we're grateful for those commission checks because let's be serious, y'all, we gotta eat. But sometimes the day-to-day, and especially when you're in a market where we're having to work a little bit harder to get the same or similar results than we are used to, then it can just feel a little overwhelming. And I just wanted to share with y'all today that, first of all, you are not alone, okay? I think that most people in the market right now, most real estate agents, most real estate brokers are just figuring out, how to pivot. We are adjusting as we should, right? We live in a fluid world. And change is a natural part of life. And, right now we're adjusting to moving into a market that is mirroring what it looks like when we're in a recession. And, once the economy fully recovers, we're going to ebb and flow into another market, right? But that can be a toll. I'm going to be completely honest. It can be a toll on you, and it can be really easy to forget all of the blessings that the business provides. I often think about, there's a meme or like a little thing that I've seen on Instagram, and it says, thank you for the things that I used to pray for that now I have. And I remember being an elementary school teacher and literally like looking out the window at parents like coming to bring their children lunch, or looking like what my husband would tell me, like he was out and about. I dreamed of having a life and a career where I just have flexibility in schedule, right? Or I dreamed about having a career where I didn't even dream some of the stuff I get to do, right? I didn't dream that I would be able to have a YouTube channel and help to educate other agents. So sometimes when it's time to do some of those things that can be feel taxing in the moment, I am reminded that, this business is a blessing, and it's a blessing in my life. And I know that it's a blessing in yours too. So I'm going to encourage you, okay, during this season of gratitude, what better way to start, if you haven't already started, is like just really start to think about what are the things that you're grateful for. But then I'm going to challenge you to step it up a notch, okay? Why don't you whip out a journal? Okay, yes, I said journal. I am a journaler. Haven't always been a journaler, but I started it really consistently within the last 5 or 6 years. And one thing that I consistently have tried to do in my journal is to write down the things that I'm grateful for. And it could be the big things, it could be the small things, so if I had a good sip of coffee that day, if I was able to catch up with a good friend, if one of my clients' kids gave me a really big hug, having that journal that requires me in the moment to think about, okay, Rosemary, what are you grateful for? But then in the moments where it just feels all overwhelming, I get to go back and I get to read and I get to reflect. So that's a great practice, whether you are a real estate agent or not. But definitely if you are in a career where you are serving, you're in the service capacity, and I just want to give you a little heads up if you didn't know that. As realtors, we are servants, okay? We are serving our community. We are serving our clients. it's really good. It's a really good practice to be able to go back on those days when your cup feels a little empty to see what you are most grateful for. And I experienced this in such a personal way last year. I don't know if I've ever shared it on my YouTube channel, but last year, my mother passed away suddenly. It was a very, very quick transition for her. And luckily, I was able to get to her because of flexibility of schedule, right? Because of financial freedom that this business has provided, I was able to buy a plane ticket. I wasn't worried about it. I didn't have to check in with the boss because I run my own real estate business, all these things that I'm so grateful for. And there was one moment though where right before my mother transitioned, I was holding her and I was just so grateful to God that I got to be fully present with her in this moment. And I understand that my role as a real estate agent, as a real estate broker, allowed that for me because I had some freedoms and flexibility that I didn't have before. And when I tell you that that has been a gift that keeps on giving, I did not have to split my time or my energy. I could just be 100% focused on what I needed to focus on and usher my mama into heaven, like priceless. So maybe, you haven't had quite that experience. And if you have, my heart goes out to you. But what are just the little simple pleasures that sometimes we forget about because life be lifing, right? And we are all over the place. But I want you to just truly take a moment and just think about, okay, how has this business been a blessing? Even if you haven't closed a single deal yet, but you passed that test and you're like, okay, it showed me that I'm capable of doing hard things. So whatever that looks like, y'all, go ahead and drop it in the chat. I would love to hear and to read what you are grateful for in your real estate business and, quite honestly, in your life altogether. So happy Thanksgiving to all of my real estate friends. And if you're watching this after Thanksgiving, look, happy just give gratitude about your life day. Okay, let's just name it a new day. And I will talk to you soon. Now, if you made it to the end of this video and you are not subscribed to our channel, listen, go ahead and subscribe. And did you know that your homegirl, your real estate bestie, we have a podcast for you real estate agents. It is called the Real Estate Bestie Podcast. Make sure that you get connected. And why don't you do this? Share it with your real life real estate bestie. We're over there spilling a whole lot of tea. So I would love to have you part of that community. Talk to you soon.